96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning and welcome to Guardian Radio AM. Today is Monday, July 25th, and it's a little after 11 a.m. in the morning. Once again, this is C.A. Newry, and I shall be your host for today on this Open Line Monday. Yes, that's right. That means feel free to call me. Feel free to give commentary on what is trending in the news. And feel free to even engage me and have me join in and give my commentary on what you have to say. But before all of that, as usual, I have one or two things I would like to discuss or I would like to put out there, which was burning me, giving me some slight irritation. And I say, hey, let me bring it forward to see if you have any commentary on it. One of those issues is... No. First of all, let me extend condolences to the family and friends and relatives of the persons who died on that tragedy at sea, right? Especially knowing that they were seeking a better quality of life and they paid money to search for that. And in their effort to have a better quality of life, the boat somehow capsized and 17 people drowned. And 15 people are unaccounted for. So I wanted to extend condolences to those people, and hopefully there will be some kind of miracle that I still see that there's still a search and recovery. So we'll see how that goes. Also, something that, let me see the right word. I don't want to say the word irk, but concerned me was during an interview of one of the relatives of these unfortunate people. She said that she was harboring an illegal immigrant who happened to be on the boat and who's right now missing, right? Harboring him for some years, right? And when it was posed to her that, harboring illegal immigrants is illegal in the Bahamas, fines and jail time, right? She said flippantly, this is what we do. This is what we will continue to do. Something that right there, knowing that she felt comfortable to even suggest to say things out loud to Bahamians concerned me, and that needs to be addressed. There seems to be an operation within our boundaries of people who are runners, if for lack of better words, who smuggle immigrants from one point to the next point, and in this case, trying to attempt to smuggle them into the United States. And we see this is a tragic consequence of such, right? But that conversation, which the interview which they had, needs to be addressed. In fact, to me, if it was me, and I different her, as most people know, I would report her. I mean, despite what she's going through, and her tragedy going, I would report her to the police. she needs to go. No, I can't put up with such things. She needs to go. But I see it's early, and I already have a caller. My producer there, who just stepped out. Well, caller, be patient for me. Also, I'd like to recognize Bishop Isaiah Lawrence Nordage. I received your book, and I appreciate it. I'm going to read through everything and give commentary on that as well, right? Continuing, right? I am also concerned about these police pictures, right? These were after the tragic incident, the capsize of the boat, the recovery of these bodies. The police, right? Officials took pictures. They took pictures for evidence and for whatever reason. And these same pictures taken by the police is now circulating all through WhatsApp and Facebook with pictures and zoom in of people, stiff bodies, right? Where the loved ones could, something is wrong. And this isn't just one incident, no. This happens repeatedly again and again. Police official pictures where we know only the police was there, or because you see they have the yellow lying around, so they have no access to it. And we see that these pictures taken by no other than the police, and I'm hopefully the Commissioner Fernando will give commentary on that and say, man, admonish and discuss with their officers. But this is unprofessional. This is not becoming of our officers. But it's them. It's clear it's them, and I'm concerned about it, right? Also, I would like to talk about, I'm reading through my notes. I was appreciating the Prime Minister commentary and what is now happening, his great effort in assisting for more information for these migrants. He, in this attempt, went in detail explaining and defining the difference between human trafficking and human smuggling. I thought that was important, and I appreciate his effort in explaining that, because behemoths are getting them confused. Now, mind you, it all adds up basically almost to the same thing, but when we have great communication and speak on such issues, we need to use the proper terms. And human trafficking, from what I understand, is when the person being trafficked, being brought into the country, is not involved in the whole operation. Whereas in human smuggling, more likely the victims paid some kind of money to be brought into such said country. So trafficking, more likely they were kidnapped, tricked, and then brought in, and then held captive and forced into some type of labor or something untoward. Whereas human smuggling, you pay your money and you come into the country and you pay and you just live after that. So I found that, I appreciate that from the Prime Minister and him going into very much detail about that. I even see that the Prime Minister take exception of the U.S. Let me see if I get the right wording for that. The U.S. State Department suggesting that the Cuban nurses who we just employed, because we have a nurses shortage inside the Bahamas, right? Saying that perhaps, and I love how they use these suggestive words, right? So perhaps the Cuban nurses are victims of human trafficking. And our Prime Minister took exception of that. Say, man, a number of our nurses are being coerced to move to the United States. We are short nurses. We ask you to help us in securing nurses, especially during the pandemic. And nothing, we just gone quiet. And now we are taking effort and searching the Caribbean and getting a response from the Cuban and these people sign contract, and we welcome them and paying them good money. And now you dare say that these people are being forced, and I put that in inverted commas, by the Cuban government to come here and work on contract for the government's benefit. It's insulting to our nation. And I said, look at our strong Prime Minister. I was very much appreciative of that. But I see a few callers there. Producer, patch them through so we can have a conversation with them. Welcome to Guardian Radio in the AM. Join me and have some commentary.
Hello?
Hey, I'm good. Go ahead.
Oh, so you can hear me because you coming in contact a little noise, but I can hear you.
Go ahead.
Good morning to your producer. You know, I also to congratulate the Prime Minister and his wonderful team. But, you know, I hear in this thing called they live for a better quality of life. There's no quality of life in the Bahamas. Because the U.S. Coast Guard to catch you, you ought to be in place in their detention center for 5 or more years before they decided to let you go or ship you. No, not let you go. Before they decided to ship you back up to your country. I know one Bahamian lady she got caught. She was locked up for 5 years in detention center. You know what I mean? You there?
Yeah, I'm listening to your point.
Yeah, so, but you understand what I'm saying, right? I'm piggybacking on what you're talking about.
No, I hear you. I mean, I slightly disagree, but I mean, I hear you. Go ahead, man.
What part you disagree?
All of it. All of that.
All you disagree with?
All that.
You disagree with
all that?
Say they're looking for a better life?
No. I agree with that. Then you said no, it's not better life. I said that they are definitely trying to seek better quality of life. That's why they risk their life, and now they're subject victim of it.
Not that part. Of course, they seek that. But I'm saying the boat that, according to a report, the people who's leaving, they're leaving to the United States for a better quality of life.
Yes, that's what I said.
Right.
I know that's why my family who immigrated to the United States went to the United States. Better quality of life.
Yeah.
See, that's why I said I disagree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't grow up in that time.
You older than me, I know.
Yeah, I grew up at a time, but I know about the quality of life in my country.
Oh, okay.
And favoritism and kindness Bahamas have shown to immigrants who migrated into this country.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean, But I give my condolences to them, to the family. It's a sad day, a sad way of life. But I mean, those even if they're involved, allegedly involved, they should get the high.
And I would love to know the laws in regards to it. And this is what the conversation should also be about.
Yeah.
In our attempt to define what the difference between human trafficking and human smuggling, we need to understand this is the law.
But
this is the penalties.
There's different. I wrote it before. I don't have your number to send it to you.
No. The Prime Minister gone in great detail explaining the difference. I'm talking about the penalties now. I want to know what the penalties are so I can expect what is going to be happening to these Bahamians. And I heard some people say they are of immigrant descent also, but these are Bahamians more like with passports who speak English.
Right. I was saying I laughed before I saw the penalties. I don't want to misquote it.
Oh, okay. Don't misquote it then.
No. I'm saying if I say I could have, I don't know if your web page or Facebook page, I could have, or public page, I could have sent it to you.
C.A. Newry on Facebook.
Okay, look it up. But they I don't think the penalty is that stiff, though.
Oh, okay.
I think that you do something like that, you should get the maximum penalty.
Oh.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, before I laughed when you said the police send pictures.
Yeah, who sent the pictures? You don't think they sent the pictures?
My voice makes sure the phone can use it straight.
Okay.
Hey, put it that way.
I understand.
Thank God for that. Have a good day.
Yeah, man. Blessings, Punky.
All right.
I see another call there. I should call it through so we can have some conversation. Are you there, caller? I see a little static there.
Good day to this Stark University along with you.
How you doing, Bremen?
We need justice, law, and order in this country.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of things, right? For that matter, too. I think those Bahamians, whosoever they are, the law, they should get charged for. They should get charged.
No, we know they can get charged. Is what they getting charged with.
Not lightly, because they're supposed to know better. Knowing that they are Bahamian, they're supposed to know the law. They're supposed to know it's wrong. Okay? My other point is, right, around 2005, I was seeking a lawyer, right, to do some business for me. And I found a gentleman. He goes to Christ Church Cathedral, and he is the judge, and he recommended me to go to Wayne Monroe. And up to this day, I haven't got things sorted out. He make it worse for me. I wish I haven't met him. You see what I'm saying?
Mr. Monroe is a good attorney. He has represented a number of Bahamians free of charge.
Yeah, but the thing is, right?
Now you may have had a bad situation with him. Maybe he thought that the information what you were asking, he need to get paid for because it took research.
Say it again. Say that again. Repeat that again.
I said perhaps he didn't have enough time to do it, but we have a public. What is it? Public.
If you didn't have enough time to do it, you should have just lay the cards on the table, man.
But
Don't play
now,
with a big man like me.
now you know he didn't do it. Now you go and find somebody else.
Yeah,
Don't be
but it makes
badgering
me
him.
angry. It made me angry.
You being angry have nothing to do
The
with us.
thing is, it makes
You
me
always angry.
angry.
You
Tell
always
me,
angry.
if you're unable to do something, or you're not going to do something. I'm a
No
man. I can
one is
understand.
beholding to
Tell
you.
me.
Slavery
And stop
over.
taking up for these people when they do wrong.
No. You just like to bully people. You're a bullier.
No.
Don't you bully me on my show. Don't you
say, huh?
bully me.
Look here. When I went in, right, I asked them.
You see, you get cut. That's what happens when you bully me. You see, I in charge. You just get cut. But do I have another caller there? Pat's the caller through.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Newry.
Good morning. How you doing, 52?
Yeah, I'm all right, yeah. A quick input. You know, the thing is, I disagree with you as far as being conclusive in saying that the police circulate the video, because on the video that reached me via WhatsApp, you see the boat in motion as they take off. And
That's not the video I talk. I talk
but
about
it's
dead
a couple
bodies.
of videos. So let's be logical here. There's a couple of videos.
52. No. Let's engage. Who would have access to the pictures of the dead bodies? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, the police. Yeah,
Okay,
but I
that's
said
what
I
I'm
had
talking
videos.
about. No, only about that. Let's just talk only about that.
Anybody could have
No, 52. Let's talk only about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and another thing is, I want to comment on, you said that the lady is a immigrant lady, or I don't know if she has status here. Said she came on and she facilitated somebody or some people before they went on this boat trip, right? And you said she said it audaciously. But this just goes to show you the lack of respect that these people have for our country and our laws. Now, I didn't hear anything from the Minister of Health as far as the biosecurity paradigm being breached in smuggling people. You're having us locked down and all these different parameters that you created. Now people coming in you're facilitating people without the necessary biosecurity paradigms that they have created. So that in itself is a serious issue, along with the total disrespect. You get what I'm saying? So this is all a farce, but I just wanted to share something with you. But I was trying to call your show, then you had the guy on about the polio, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the polio is caused, it's a zoonotic disease. It came from macaque monkeys. So isn't it ironic that all of these diseases are emerging from monkeys? And the fact that, and you said you thought polio had been eradicated, but once a disease or pathogen has an animal reservoir, it's hard to get rid of it. So that's just something I want to share with you. You cannot get rid of it. It's still rampant in India. It's still re-emerged in India in 2000 and in the 90s and stuff like that. So it's just all a farce. Vaccinations actually lead to disease enhancement. But, I guess nobody wants to learn from a college dropout, and that's where we are. You see that 52 was putting out the truth on the radio, but no one has apologized to me for nothing. You know why? Because they are status quo biased, and that will be our downfall.
Okay, 52. On behalf of the nation, I apologize. I apologize for ignoring you most of the time. So you won't need to ask for that no more. You straight. Okay? Do I have another caller there? Patch the caller through. Thank you for holding, caller.
CA, good morning.
Good morning, Graham.
It's an atrocity when somebody could be in your country and tell you. That's what we do. We hide people. And no one investigated. Is it being investigated?
Was there a complaint?
Yes. I'm on national radio. I'm complaining.
No. We could engage. I have a number for a senior police officer. I'm going to text that to you, and I want you to go and say you have evidence and put that to them. So we ain't got to discuss that no more. I got your back. You can make an official complaint.
You was an action man.
No, you could be the action fellow.
Quick question. What are we doing about it? We good at talking and discussing and crying since the airwaves open up. But we horrible at action. What are we doing about it? We got 17 million in drones. Are they in the air around Inagua? What are we doing about it, CA?
I know you asked me that 4 times on 4 different shows. I answered you then. I can't answer you no more.
You know what? I can stop listening to radio and stop calling because we're doing nothing. And I can leave you with this one. Hanging up on people instead of dialoguing with them could be seen as bullying, but I've asked you before, what's wrong with bullying? The U.S. bullies. Russia bullies. Everybody bullies. But us, we bend over. We need to start bullying. We need to start standing up and telling the world, hey, hold tight. You messing with us. You're destroying our environment.
Mm-hmm.
And we need compensation. And we don't want you to tell us what it's going to be. We can tell you what it could be.
Mm-hmm.
See, we have a strategic location in the hemisphere.
Yeah,
We're in the center
you sound
of
like
the
Cubans.
hemisphere.
I remember what happened to them.
And you know what that's worth?
Mm-hmm.
That's like beachfront property, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But we're told that we're worthless,
Hmm.
small, minute, nothing. Well, if the world tells us we're worthless, what would happen if China and Russia put a base in the Bahamas right now? Wouldn't be too worthless, hey?
Hmm.
So you have to understand what you have. You're the center of shipping. You have products and resources that are worth extreme amounts of money.
Hmm.
But you know, CA, one day maybe I come on the show and we talk about how to fix the country instead of crying about the problem.
What show?
You have a good one, bro.
Okay. I have a text here. It says, many Bahamians have been agitating for our government to address this illegal immigration problem with more urgency, especially Haitians who risk their lives to come here. We must
If you'd like to
step
make
up
a call, please
protecting
hang
our
up.
borders and our national security. Start by sending stronger messages to violators who assist and participate in this deadly migration, like intolerance of shanty towns, etc. And I agree with you, Texa. You know, we need to send a stronger message. I think, it's impossible for shanty towns to exist in the Bahamas. And the idea that they're here is a testimony to us, testimony to our laws, testimony to our government, testimony to our law enforcement. And I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned that they allow these things to happen. Good morning, this next text. Given respect to the deceased and condolences to the families, however, I am of the opinion that the individuals who survive and paid those captains to take them to whatever should be charged as well. We are just culpable for the illegal activity. While we sympathize with persons, illegal is illegal. Well, I'm assuming, I know that the persons who were saved, retrieved, assisted off the capsized boat were taken to the detention center. And if they were taken to the detention center, the laws would follow through. So I have no concerns about that. I'm assuming that the process will be followed, and eventually, if they don't have no status, I know what's going to be happening to them. And if they do have status and they pay, they're trying to go out of the country. Anyway, I'm sure the law will prevail. And that's my point. I see I have another caller there. Pastor caller through. Let's have a conversation with him. Hello, caller. How you doing today? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing today?
Doing great. Can I get on the show?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to say condolences to the families who lost a loved one in that tragic accident.
Yes.
Hello?
I'm here. I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. But I think we need to stop having this disingenuous discussion about this migration because there's no way persons in the community, the Haitian community, the Haitian pastors and everybody is not aware of what's going on. Someone knows, and this has been going on for decades. So when I see on Facebook and online, everybody pointing fingers and blaming Bahamians, and everybody blaming Bahamians, but people, it's not only Bahamians. Persons in the Haitian community, I'm sure they know what's going on. You can't sit there and tell me for decades, persons haven't been facilitating this particular situation for years, and to me, continue how this particular argument over and over. Oh, Bahamians are xenophobic. Or Bahamians is this. All the fingers tend to point. You have guests on point the fingers at Bahamians, but no one, everyone. It's just frustrating. Always hearing this point the fingers at Bahamians when you have a huge Haitian community here, and you can't tell me they don't know what's going on. But no one addresses that. No one says nothing. No one tends to say, let's get to the bottom of this. Who's facilitating? Who's sending money here? Who's saving up money? Who's sending money back over there? How are people getting $10,000? Come on.
I feel your frustration, caller, and I echo your sentiments.
My last point.
Go ahead.
My last point is this. The authorities, the Bahamian authorities, immigration need to do better. You can't tell me that they can't do undercover things to gather data and find out really what's going on. You're telling me administration after administration, I don't know if they know about undercover work or whatever. You're telling me you can't plan a mold or somehow gather real information? I mean, I'm asking you. I mean, you're an intelligent person. You think that wouldn't be a viable option to gather information?
I am no commissioner of police. They went through
I'm
special
not asking,
training.
but I'm saying,
I understand what is happening, what they can do, and what they cannot do. So I
No, but I'm asking you.
I
My
remove
last-
myself and allow them to do their job.
No, I'm asking you. I'm not asking you to be commissioner of police. I'm asking you, wouldn't that be a viable way? I mean, if you were in charge to somehow gather some type of intelligence.
Yes.
Anyway, I'll hang up on this. Since everybody want to play dumb and put their hands in the sand, this will continue to happen. We'll see how tragic tragedies if no one stops and try to change our methodology on solving this problem.
But this is a new generation and a new era and a new direction we go into, and I expect great things to happen. So I understand your frustration, caller, but I expect good things to happen. Thank you very much for calling. I see we have another call.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator.
Next call. Thank you for holding, caller. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Love your show.
Thank you very much.
Listen, I am concerned about the illegal immigration problem. You know, like I guess like every other Bahamian. My question is, if any of those guys who was rescued have Bahamian papers, are those papers going to be revoked because of what they tried to do, or they're going to just be let go and allowed because they will try it again?
And okay, let me set up a scenario because I always enjoy when you call. Let's say, one or two of the persons who were on that boat had Bahamian status. You with me?
Yes.
If they had Bahamian status, they're able to go on a plane and travel. Are you with me?
Yes.
So they wouldn't pay no $5,000, no $8,000 to get smuggled into the United States when they can pay $350 to get an airplane ticket. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're saying once they have, even if they have work permit only,
they have status.
Travel?
They could travel. I assume so. They have status to stay here. They have some kind of passport, a Haitian passport or Haitian travel document, and now they have a work permit. They should be able to travel.
Okay.
And plus, this is a good country to live in, man. All kind of malls and things. Just like little Miami.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why they're trying to endanger their lives. And as much as them that dies on the seas trying to come here, why they still done here?
But see, desperation causes people to do desperate things. We in the Bahamas haven't gone through any type of desperation in decades, scores of years. So we cannot appreciate the need to run from our country to go someplace else. So I don't want to belittle that drive, right? Because we never experienced real hardship when you say, man, I got to go. Right? So I don't want to belittle that, say, why do they do it? The point is, they do it.
I understand, and I totally agree, because as a Bahamian, I feel like this is the better place to be than America.
Yeah, man. If I could get more cable television, it'll be perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just need more channels.
I don't see the need for the running, but then I do understand seeing that you explain it a little better. However, it's really concerning. The pictures that are floating around.
Who you think sent those pictures? See, I go right back there because I just get vexed. Every time I see dead pictures and official dead pictures, I just get vexed because I think I know who sent the pictures. I didn't say who I think sent the pictures.
I guess we all have our ideas, because at the end of the day,
there's police pictures, man.
I wasn't given access to those bodies. The general public was not given access to those bodies, so that just leave one person to give it out.
There you go. One of them.
Have a blessed day.
Thanks, man. I always happy when you call in. This is Guardian Radio AM. I'm having a conversation about what is happening at the news, what is trending. And I want you to call me and engage me, and so we can have a conversation. What I
If you'd like
found
to make a call, please hang up and try
what I'm
again.
pleased to
If you
note
need help,
that
hang up and then dial your operator.
that the oil spillage, no, actually it wasn't oil, it was diesel, has been cleared up. It has been cleared up in a matter of days. I think 4 days. It's impressive to see how much has been cleared on so quickly. Now, I know that the first instance they said, no, let us clean up the spill and not talk about who is responsible and what they should be charged with. And I found that frustration because I would have assumed that we in the Bahamas can walk and chew gum at the same time. But apparently we have challenges with such things, and we couldn't discuss about penalties and what is the fines possibilities. So they just wanted to concentrate on the cleanup campaign. But it's now cleanup. I see that as a number of government agencies headed the cleanup campaign. I don't know the dollar value of it, how much man hours gone inside it, who paid for it, who's going to be responsible for it, if there's going to be any penalty for it. It's just silence. And I'm asking these questions, and no one want to talk about it. They just, every time I ask it, they just put me in a pigeonhole. Be quiet. You complain too much. You don't even deserve that information. Just worry about us cleaning things. And see, that can't be right in democracy. But I see I have another caller calling in. Go ahead, caller. Thanks for calling. Are you there, caller? Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
I can hear you loud and clear. You disappear?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? All right, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Yeah, I can hardly hear you. But with this situation with the Haitians, right? Until they fix Haiti, we will forever have this problem. Because once you travel to Haiti, I had an opportunity to travel to Haiti, and I spent 6 months there during the peacekeeping at the time in 1995 with CARICOM. When you travel to Haiti, then your mind will open up to see why people will risk their lives to come to the Bahamas. When I touched down on the Linden Pinland International Airport, I knelt down and I kissed the ground. Because the hardship and the situation those people go through day to day, living in thatch houses, on the earth, not even a foundation, thatch houses built, on the earth, and those people living like that, in that type of condition. If Bahamians would ever live like that, we would have been on a ship or a sloop or whatever, trying to escape our country. And wherever there's opportunity, people will try to seize the opportunity in terms of crime. So it's absolutely nothing the government can do to stop it. All they can do is try to control it. Because, for instance, once they see an opportunity, they will try and seize the opportunity. And you can't blame the Haitians for running. Because, like I said, if we were in that situation, we would have did the same thing. You have to blame the Bahamians who trying to destroy their countries by allowing themselves to be pulled into situations like this to smuggle persons in and out of the Bahamas into the United States and risking people's lives.
I appreciate that, Colin. Thanks for calling. I'm going to read something next. So when you hang up, I want you to listen to this, right? So recently, the Prime Minister was interviewed by Bahamian journalists, right? And they asked about human trafficking. By the way, Human Trafficking Day or week starts on July 30th or July 31st. So we need to pay attention to that. And the Prime Minister said that when he traveled recently, the world, he didn't explain who the world is, right? Said that the Bahamas needs to accept more irregular migrants, right? To absorb them, especially those who are leaving from Haiti. That sparked my interest. What you mean accept more, right? So I was a little concerned with that. And this would tickle me also, because the Prime Minister, of course, pushed back and said, no, our circumstances we can't be accepted anymore. We can't afford it. We have a lot of them here now, and we're doing our best to make sure that they're okay. And the Prime Minister said that he responded that Haiti needs to be fixed from the people who live in Haiti. I'm paraphrasing that. But this is what I made me smile. CARICOM has formed a committee, and this committee has 3 people in it. And the committee is chaired by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Prime Minister of Barbados, and the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, our very own Bahamian Prime Minister. And it's their job to resolve the crisis that is happening in Haiti. I laughed. I say, okay, we can resolve the issues, not the big, anyway. It is what it is. I mean, Mo can say it. There's another caller. There's another caller on the line. Pass the caller through. Let's have this conversation. We can solve the issues happening in Haiti, he said. Okay. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning to all.
Good morning to you, man.
We got to wake up, because we got more Haitians in this country. We can't do nothing about it. We got more Haitians and blue-collar workers than we got Bahamians and
He's working hard, eh?
And besides the Haitians, we got other ones. And what we really need in this country, we need the same way how we need the cheap blue-collar workers, we need the cheap white-collar workers, professionals. Hello?
I'm here, man, listening.
Yeah, this is what we need. We need to stop fooling ourselves. Because when we go in our food store and all our stores and construction, they Haitians, you better believe that. They ain't no Bahamians. Bahamians states. The Bahamians are the ones who need the social services. So, and the thing. So what we need is the professionals who's working to come from places like Jamaica who speaking English. Because these are the ones who we need, the educated immigrants, the Jamaicans, we need them. Because the Cubans can't speak our language. It's harder for them. You see, this is what we need in this country. Stop fooling ourselves. You see, stop putting the load on the Bahamian poor.
Louis.
You see, and bring the people in this country that disturb us.
Louis, can you hear me? You gone? Anyway, you're gone. So you prefer immigrants who speak English. You don't want no one who speaks foreign language. I hear you. Something wrong with that to me, but I hear you. But pass you the next caller. Can you hear me, caller?
Hello.
Go ahead.
No, I didn't say I prefer them. I didn't say that. I say we have blue-collar workers. Mm-hmm. I didn't say I don't prefer the Haitians. The ones they can speak the English, they could adopt. You understand me? But as far as they're not educated enough, like the Jamaicans, to be the professionals.
Okay,
you understand what I'm saying?
You want professional immigrants and
right,
not
we need
labor-oriented
professional immigrants, cheap immigrants like the Haitians. The same how we get the cheap Cuban teachers and the like. We need, like we used to have the Haitian making teachers. Remember now, they are saviors. So we need to bring down the cost of our medical services and professional service. We need to bring in the Jamaicans because they speak our language. Thank you.
Okay, the man, Louis. I see another caller there. You can pass your caller through so we can have that conversation. How you doing, caller? Caller, you there? Next caller. Can you hear me? Producer.
Good morning.
Oh, there you go. I couldn't hear you just now.
Okay. My brother, it's a great show you got always, man. I just don't understand. Like how you said just now that those 3 prime ministers are in charge. They are a formed committee and to solve the problem with Haiti. Well, I think the United Nations could do a much better job. Okay,
who could do a better job?
It chooses where to go, what to do, and how to do. It is in Bosnia. It is in Suriname, and right now it's inside Ukraine. Okay, and it's doing in their best to do what it does best. There is monies that have been raised for Haiti. Okay, they didn't get. Then they gave it to Haiti. Well, they said the government was corrupt, so they kept the money. Well, that same committee that is formed, then you give it to that committee that is may do their best and keep account of it. And also till you came here and you complain about our detention center. Well, why don't you assist us with the detention center? I'm talking about the United Nations now.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
I hear Mike listening.
Yeah, and some stuff just you talk about human rights. Okay, but are you doing anything about it? I don't want to think because it is the type of a country and where it is that you're doing less. Okay, because I think United Nations is bigger than that. We've moved forward into a modern era, and we've moved from that type of attitude. But then you're not showing us that. You know, when you're concerned, you're real concerned. Yes, there's corruption there. It's just like you have bad children. You find a way to bring them around.
Okay.
You know, so now you've got a committee of the whole, 3 prime ministers in the same area. Let's see what you're going to do to help them out, to assist Haiti, instead of just talk. You talk about human rights, and you talk about it so great, so then prove it to us. Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah, man. Always. I appreciate you calling. So this text says, "Good morning, CA. It is a sad event. My condolences to the family. However, there is a huge underground smuggling ring that needs to get infiltrated and disrupted.
If you'd like to make a call,
$8,000 per person is a lot of money. The average Bahamian don't have $1,000 in their savings account. So big money in human trafficking. I don't know any Bahamian who's being human trafficking. You know, once upon a time I had a rumor of somebody's human trafficking. You know, but they turned big shot now. You know, they just get people to be writing reference. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I see you have another caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. Thank you for calling. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Newry.
Good morning. How you doing?
Mr. Newry, we got to log on and reflect, and we got to think back. Remember, Loftus Roker told us a long time ago. In that time, they used the adage. They say, "Nip it in the bud now." He told us what was going to happen. People have been telling us over and over what was going to happen. Now we see what is happening. An administration change over and over. Apparently, something is going on deeper than we think. In Haiti itself, they have over 11 million people population. In Cuba, they have over 10 million people population. Both of those big islands lay right to the south and southwest of the the Bahama Islands. Our population count, according to us Bahamians, is less than 1 million. If 1 million people out of Haiti flee the country and leave 10 million there, the Haitians would come here and overtake the Bahamas. There'll be no more Bahamians because we would not even be half of the population of the country. We only got 400,000 people that we talk about. Y'all are not talking about numbers. Y'all are talking about who you like and who you dislike. We have laws of the land. These people are breaking our laws. I'm sorry what's going on in this country, but they reach here breaking the law when they land on South Beach. As soon as they put in our waters, they have broken the laws of the Bahamas. We are sorry. The churches are sorry. The lawyers are sorry. Everybody is sorry what's going on in your country.
Hello? You there? Wait in the middle of conversation. Go ahead. Have another phone call? No? Have a text? Good. I see Newry, as a talk show, you guys have to be more responsible. There is still an investigation going on regarding the spillage. So how do you want to know the penalties is yet? Think, please. Now, see, when people don't make no sense and like text people on this Good Monday, imagine if I commit murder, there's a penalty for that. It's in the law books. I could discuss the penalty. There is a penalty for oil spillage. I can discuss what the penalty is. I don't need to have the investigation pending. The oil spill happened. I see it. We saw it. I saw the pictures. Everyone saw the pictures. Therefore, there'll have to be a penalty for that. So I can talk about it. You know, that's when, see, these people think we're a banana republic, you know. And there's one, make sure that the whole world look at us as simple people. But we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We have people who go to law school in England, big schools in the United States, you know. But these people want text and say, no, man, we jabronis. But no, I shall not tolerate such talk. By the way, I have another call on the line. Go ahead, caller. Call you there? Call you there?
Hey, good morning. How you doing, sir?
I'm learning how to do the switchboard now. I just did something new.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You got to multitask, man. You got to be. Yeah, but I want to chime in on the. I understand the plight of the foreign brothers from the South, and God forbid, even if here in the Bahamas, if the pandemic had gone on, let's say we couldn't get out to get no, go to work and all that stuff, we would have probably had the same scenario going on. And a lot of us do flee the Bahamas, like all our educated students and stuff. When they go off to school, they don't come back. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fact. But we have to, for the life of me, the people out on the water ain't the problem, you know. I really hate to see that thing where they getting on boats in desperation, pregnant women and children on the boat, and nobody in their right mind can say, you know what, hold on. It's that desperate where this boat gets 25-foot boat, gets 60 people on it. Once they get up to 10, I supposed to be like, I ain't getting on that boat.
No.
I have to wait on the next one.
No.
You understand? Like, and the thing about it is, like, we have a defense force that be out on the water. I don't think you really need to worry about the water. You probably need to worry about the shoreline, what leaving and coming. You understand? If they out in the water, they got to land somewhere on the land. So you patrol the shoreline. You understand? You're wasting all that gas out way out there. That ain't making no sense to me. You understand?
I appreciate you calling.
This a little bit off topic, but Minister of Tourism, if y'all listening, please regulate Airbnbs. I'm tired of these stories where these people getting booked. They need to regulate that now and have a star system just like TripAdvisor.
Ain't long now. I see the minister talk about it already.
All right. Y'all have a good day.
Yes. And before I get to the next call, I had my Ackland's cousin just text me and say, you know who this is? She said that the ferry boat that leaves between Ackland's and Crooked Island, it's a tragedy waiting to happen. He said that there are no life vests on it, no fire extinguisher on it, and there is a concern because they just packed that boat just like a sloop, she said. So I'm not sure if that's happening, but if the administrator in Ackland is listening to that, kindly go and look at that ferry boat between Ackland's and Crooked Island, because the people I'm scared and say, man, I ain't ship worthy. I just want to mention it on air. And I see I have 6 minutes, so I can mention this. I'm not sure what is happening at the passport office, right? But I went to renew my passport because I've had a total of 9 passports in my lifetime. Started from when I was 6 months old, I started traveling. 9 passports, right? And when I get the new form, because I even had 2 e-passports, when I get the new form, right, the passport asks for my daddy's birth certificate. My daddy born in Ackland. So a few of them have birth certificate. They just have affidavit. They have no records. So I brought the original affidavit there with the stamp still on it. One of the old fancy stamp still on it. And they were so amazed. They said, wow, you have an original affidavit. I said, yeah. So they processed it, right? Seeing my file and everything, all the old passports and seeing his passport and everything. They said, oh, this affidavit was not registered, something to that effect. I said, what does that mean? That means you need to have your daddy come in and do another affidavit. I said, but my daddy been dead for 35 years. He said, okay, no problem. You need to find 5 people who was there when he was born. I said, miss. My daddy was 85 years old. Where can I find 5 people older than him? They said, okay, that ain't gonna work. Then the lady can tell me, I need to bring my daddy's passport, an old passport, so they can verify who he is, or I need to bring an old voter's card. And I said, wait, you only understand that my daddy been dead for 35 years, eh? He died when I was 11 years old. Where I can find a 35-year-old passport, a 35-year-old voter's card. So what the lady said to me, right now you stateless. My family being in the Bahamas from 1783. From the Hannah Hasty times, John Hannah come down. I can have the generation land. I have the registration of Queen Victoria giving us crown grant land in Ackland's 40 acres, right? And the lady at the passport office could tell me who been in the country for generations. I sure 6, 7 generations that I stateless because I can't bring no document about my dead daddy who been something wrong with that. And I've heard that there's a number of people going through the same thing with the new rules of the passport office, where they're asking you to bring all kind of affidavit to sign, even though you've had scores and scores of passports before. Something must be wrong with that, and that needs to be addressed. I say, go in the system, look at the computer, and if you see the 6 to 7 to 8 passports of me, that means that's me. If you see my daddy 3 passport he had, and the pictures of him, that means that's him. And I believe eventually, if I can't find my daddy old passport, 35-year-old passport, or voter's card, 35-year-old voter's card, I may have to sue the passport office. Because I have an intent, or a considered intent that I would expectation. I had a considered expectation that I could get a passport because I've been getting passport for the last, hold on, let me count down. 45 years I've been getting passport. Now to tell me I can't get one because y'all updating your system and y'all even go and look at the files and say, see his affidavit there, see his whole passport there. Something is wrong. And it looks like I need to invite someone from the passport office to explain to me how I get stateless. And I've been in this country them long time. Over 200-300 years, man. Something is wrong with that. But before I go, I want to shout out to Shawnice Miller Uibu for her new record. You said she got 5 new global titles. Never happened before. So definitely we need to name a highway. I'm not sure what highway we need to name it because the last person who made the 400 meters get one highway. So I expected something big, something with a name. Name something after. She got the global youth 400 meters. Then she got the world junior 400 meters. Then she got the world indoor 400 meters. Then she got Olympics 400 meters twice. And now the world outdoor 400 meters. First time such thing ever happened. And that's impressive. And that means that's more than money. You can't just give her a piece of property. You can't just give her a couple dollars in a hand. You got to name something after. Something nice and tangible. I want to drive down Yubu. How do you pronounce the name, word? Yubu. I wouldn't drive down. We might just have a maiden name on that road, though. But I wouldn't drive down Shawnice Miller Road, right? Highway, and say, yes, I know her, right? This has been Guardian Radio in the AM. It is C.A. Newry having some conversations today. It was definitely a pleasure. And I see you tomorrow as I have an interesting and provocative interview with some people. I'm not going to spoil the names as yet. But tomorrow morning you tune in and you'll see who's here. Guardian Radio AM, C.A. Newry. See you tomorrow.